Hello students, welcome to chapter 4. Here, we will learn about polynomials. Integer exponents. For any real number a and positive integer n, we define a to the power of n is equal to a times a times a times a and so on. There are n factors of a. The expression a to the power of n is called the nth power of a. N is called the exponent and a is called the base. So atong i-review ang atoang exponents nga atong na-learn sa una. So we have here a to the power of n, a is the base and n is our exponent. So let's go to examples. Simplify the following. First, we have here 3 to the power of 5. Meaning, ikalima nato i-times si 3. So, we have here 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 which is equal to 243. Another, we have here negative 5 to the power of 4. Meaning, ikaupat nato i-times si negative 5. Ang negative naa siya sa sulod sa parenthesis, so apil gyud siya sa balik-balik og multiply. So, we have here negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 which is equal to 625. Next, we have negative 4 cubed. So, katuloon nato pag times si negative 4. That is why we have negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 which is equal to negative 64. So, notice nga ang kaning negative 5 ang atoang exponent is even. So, ang mo resulta sa atong answer is positive, bisag negative ang given. There is a number 3 example, negative ang given, pero ang atoang exponent is odd number. That is why the result is negative. The last example, 2.1 squared. So, kaduhaon nato si 2.1. 2.1 times 2.1, that is equal to 4.41. Remark, for any non-zero real number a, we define a to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So, kung any number si a, non-zero real number siya, bisag unsa siya nga real number, basta ang iyang power is 0, that is always equal to 1. And we have also here a to the power of negative n. So, negative n, mo na siya ang reciprocal sa a, di ba? So, that is equal to 1 over a to the power of n. Positive na din si n. If n is positive integer. Examples. Simplify the following. We have here negative 125 to the power of 0. Since negative 125 is a real number, it is a negative integer, ang iyang exponent is 0, so that is equal to 1. Again, sa atong remark, basta ang exponent kay 0, that is equal to 1. Next, we have 2 to the power of negative 4. Basta negative gani ang atong exponent, that can be equal to 1 over 2 to the power of 4. So, 1 gid ang atong numerator, then ma-positive na din ang atong exponent. So, 1 over 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Next, we have negative 2 to the power of negative 3. Sa negative gani ang exponent, 1 over gid ta dito. Negative 2 to the power of positive 3 na dayon. So, negative 2 cubed is negative 8. 1 over negative 8, which is equal to negative 1/8. Kaya kung negative ang denominator, ma-negative man po ang whole fraction. Also, kung negative ang numerator, positive ang denominator, negative gihapon ang whole fraction. Okay, we have here x plus 3 quantity to the power of 0. That is equal to 1. X plus 3 is not 0. So, kay 0 man ang power, 1 yun na siya. Then, we have 1 over 3 to the power of negative 3. So, 1 over, since negative man ni siya, i-1 over gyapon na to, 1 over 3 cube. So, that is 1 over 27 because 3 cube is 27. And then we do the reciprocal of this, that is 1 times 27 over 1, which is equal to 27. Another set of examples, we have this. Simplify the following. Number 1, y cubed times y to the power of 5. That is equal to y to the power of 3 plus 5. So in this case, we have these two nga pariha og base. Basta pariha og base, gani i-multiply ang ilang mga exponents atong i-add. So that is why the answer is y to the power of 8. Number 2, x cubed to the power of 4. So this type is sara ang base, then exponent. In this case, atong i-multiply ang exponents. So, mo na nga x to the power of 3 times 4, that is equal to x to the power of 12. Number 3. So, we have here quantity, negative 5x y squared z cubed to the power of 3. So, kani sila nasulod sa parenthesis, mauni siya ang ato ang g-cube. So, kada coefficient ato siyang i-cube. So, negative 5 cube, that is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, that is equal to negative 125. Then, ang x g-cube, so x cube. Ang y squared cube, i-multiply siya mo ng y to the power of 6, and then z cube, then cube pa jod. So, that is z to the power of 9. Number 4. We have here negative 3 over x squared, quantity, g-cube na to. So, ang basta na atay exponent, ang numerator o ang denominator, ato na siyang i-cube. So, negative 3 cube, that is equal to negative 27. And sa atong denominator, x squared cube, that is equal to x to the power of 6. So, the answer is negative 27 over x to the power of 6. Number 5. We have here negative 7x to the power of 5, y cube, all over 2z to the power of 10. Tapos, kisulod na sa parenthesis, dayon cube. So, kada coefficient sa numerator at denominator, ato agad siyang i-cube. So, negative 7 cube, that is negative 7 times negative 7 times negative 7, which is equal to negative 343. And then x to the power of 5 cube, that is x to the power of 15. Y cube, that is y to the power of 9. And then sa atong denominator, 2 cube is 8. And z to the power of 10 cube, that is z to the power of 30. Number 6. 27a to the power of 5 over negative 81a cube. So this is equal to negative 27 over 81. Kaya kung negative, bisag asa nilang duha, negative man. Pero kung both sila negative, ma-positive. So, the whole fraction is negative. Diri nga case 27 over 81. And this time, ang mas dako og exponent ang naa sa numerator. So, ato siyang i-subtract. Basta gani over ta, ang ato ang exponents with the same base, ato siyang i-subtract. So, a to the power of 5 minus 3. So, the final answer is negative 1/3, because 27 over 81 is 1/3, then a to the power of 2, or a squared. And last example, we have this. Negative 24x squared y to the power of 5 z squared all over negative 6x to the power of 8 y cubed z squared. So this is equal to, okay, we have here negative 24. Ang ato ang x, mas dako og exponent ang sa denominator. So, ang kaning sa ibaba mo ay atong i-minus. So, mo ani si x to the power of 8 minus 2. Ang ato apong y mas dako ang exponent na naa sa numerator. So, ang kani atong i-minus dito. So, mo ani nga y to the power of 5 minus 3. And then, wala na tay z since 2 minus 2 is 0. So, z to the power of 0 is 1 na siya. So, wala na siya apil. Kay times 1 naman gihapon siya. So, ang ato ang pag-simplify further, basta negative gani, divide negative, that is positive. So, negative 24 over negative 6, that is positive 4. And then, ang nahabilin sa numerator, y squared na lang. Over, ang sa denominator, x to the power of 6. Algebraic expressions and polynomials. Variable, a symbol that represents a number. Algebraic expression is any combination of numbers and variables joined by a finite number of operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, raising to a power, and extraction of a root. So here are some examples of an algebraic expression. So, muna sila ang mga examples. Algebraic sum is an algebraic expression consisting of distinct parts joined plus or minus. So, here are examples of algebraic sum. Kaning na ay plus and minus. Kani siya algebraic expression. This one is the algebraic sum. Polynomial is an algebraic sum involving only non-negative integer powers of one or more variables. Thus, a polynomial contains no variables in the denominator and does not involve taking a root of any variable. So, mao siya ang definition sa atong polynomial. Here we have a table. The first column are the types of polynomial and the second column are their corresponding examples. Okay, first we have the monomial. Monomial is a polynomial with only one term. So, examples kana monomial na siya. Kay isa raman ang iyahang term. Binomial is a polynomial with two terms. So, from the prefix bi, meaning two, diba? So, two terms ang atong polynomial sa binomial. So, just like this one, 3x plus square root of 2. Ang term nato, duha na ang term kung giseparate siya og plus or minus nga sign. So, kani 2 terms na ni, kani po 2 terms, kana 2 terms. So, they are called binomials. Next, trinomial is a polynomial with 3 terms. So, like this, 2x plus 3y minus 4z. 3 terms na siya. Ay, na-separate naman siya plus or minus. So, there po 3 terms po ni siya. So, that is trinomial. Multinomial is a polynomial with more than 3 terms. So, more than 3 terms meaning 4 terms or 5 terms or more than that. So, we have this one example. Pila ni siya ka terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6 terms ni siya. So, gitawag na sila og multinomial. Okay, there's a question here. Why are the expressions 3x squared plus x over y minus 7, comma, we have also square root of 2x plus 5x and 3x squared y to the power of negative 3 plus 2xy minus square root of 7y cubed, not polynomials. So, nga ano daw kaning tulo nga ang mga expressions kay dili polynomials. Again, let's go back to the definition. So, polynomial is an algebraic sum involving only non-negative integer powers. So, sa tulo, ang negative nga power is this one. So, dili na siya ma-consider as polynomial since naa siya negative nga power. Next, a polynomial contains no variables in the denominator. So, dili kadi siya na matay variable nga y sa denominator. So, this is not considered as polynomial na. And does not involve taking a root of any variable. So, kani po siya naka-square root man si x diri sa variable. So, dili na po siya matawag og polynomial. So, that is why kani nga 3 expressions wala siya na fit sa atong definition as polynomials. To know more about polynomials, let us have the following definitions. Numerical coefficient is the numerical factor in a term. If no numerical coefficient appears, it is understood to be 1. Literal coefficient is the literal factor in a term. Like terms are terms that have the same literal coefficient. Examples. The monomial 6x squared y over 7 has numerical coefficient 6 over 7 and literal coefficient x squared y. So, ang atong mga numerical coefficient, katong numbers na to, and then ang atong literal coefficient, katong variables na to with their exponents. Next, 6x squared y cubed z and negative 3x squared y cubed z over 2 are like terms. So, like terms sila since parehas sila og literal coefficient. And ang ilahang mga exponents same pod. Whereas, 3x squared y and 3xy squared are unlike terms. Bisag parehag mga base ang literal but ang exponent nila maglahi. So, dili na sila like terms. They are called unlike terms. Kay diri square si x, diri ang power ni x1. Diri 1 ang power ni y, diri square. So, dili sila pareha og literal coefficient. So, they are unlike terms. Degree of a monomial is the sum of all exponents of the variable that appear. Degree of a variable in a monomial is the exponents of the variable. Degree of a polynomial is the degree of the term with highest degree. Degree of a variable in a polynomial is the degree of the term with highest degree in a variable. So, examples. The monomial 6x squared y cubed z is of degree 6, of degree 2 in x, of degree 3 in y, and of degree 1 in z. So, ang degree niya kay naa sa 6. Kay nga naman, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1 sa exponent, mao ni 6. So, ang degree ani nga monomial kay 6. Kay atong giad ang exponent sa ato ang mga literal coefficient. Next, the degree of 3x cubed y squared minus 4x squared y to the power of 4 plus 4x y to the power of 6 is 7 because the term with highest degree, namely 4x y to the power of 6, has degree 7. So, ang degree sa ato ang trinomial, sa tulo man ni ka terms, no? So, ang pinakataas o degree nga term is this one. Since natay x na to the power of 1, plus ang ato ang y to the power of 6, i-add ang exponent, so 7. So, siya ang may pinakadako nga degree. So, the degree of this trinomial is 7. The degree of x is 3 and the degree of y is 6. So, ang pinakataas nga degree ni x kay 3. Then, ang kang y kay 6. What is the degree of the polynomial 2 cubed x to the power of 5 y cubed plus 3x to the power of 4 y to the power of 5 minus 5x to the power of 9 z? Sige, kamo daw. Answer. Unsa daw ang degree sa polynomial? So, to find the degree of the polynomial, asa tong term with the highest sum of their exponents. So, the answer is this one, ang pinakadako. So, the degree is 10. Again, the degree of this given polynomial is 10. Let's go to operations on polynomials. First, we have the addition and the subtraction. Add or subtract the numerical coefficients of like terms. So, example, perform the indicated operation. Number 1, 2a plus 3b minus 4 plus a minus 2b plus 3 is equal to, okay, so ato ang i-distribute atong sign. In this case, plus mata, so same ra gihapon ang signs tanan. So we have here 2a plus 3b minus 4 plus a minus 2b plus 3. So we have to combine like terms. Unsa man ang mga like terms? Katong pareha og variables, pareha og base, pareha pod og exponents. So si 2a ug si a, mo ni sila ang like terms. So 2a plus a is 3a. Then we have also 3b and minus 2b. So 3b minus 2b is 1b or b. Kay sabot naman ta nga na ay 1 dia nga numerical coefficient. And then we have negative 4 plus 3. So negative 4 plus 3, minus na to na since unlike sign sila. So mas dako man ang 4, so we carry the negative sign. So this is negative 1. So the answer is 3a plus b minus 1. Another, we have 2a plus 3b minus 4 minus quantity a minus 2b plus 3. Since nakagrupo siya sa minus, ato siyang i-distribute sa kada term. So we have 2a plus 3b minus 4 minus a, then minus o negative, mahimong positive, so morning plus 2b, then minus 3. Again, pag minus, i-distribute sa kada term. So ma-change ang sign. Okay, so combining like terms, we have here 2a minus a, then 3b plus 2b, and then we have negative 4 minus 3. So 2a minus a is just a, then 3b plus 2b, that is positive 5b, then negative 4 minus 3, since pareha silang sign, ato silang i-add, then we carry their symbol. So morning minus 7. So the answer is a plus 5b minus 7. Multiplication. Recall a to the power of m times a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n. Okay, let us remember again that if we have the same base, i-multiply, i-add na to ang ilahang exponents. So that is why a to the power of m plus n. And also we have this one, a quantity b plus c, so kani siya, i-multiply ni siya, kada term, i-distribute na to siya. So that is why a, b plus a times c. Sama na siya ang rule sa ato ang multiplication. Examples, find the product in each of the following. Okay, we have here 3y squared multiplied to the trinomial x squared minus 5xy minus 3y squared. So, kada term, atong i-multiply ni siya. So, 3y squared times x squared, money. 3y squared times negative 5xy, so money na negative 3. 3y squared times negative 3y squared, money po negative 3y squared, 3y squared. So, to simplify further, okay, this is 3 x squared y squared. So, pwede una na to si x. And then, we have this 1. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. X, dayon, y cube na ta. Since namatay square, tapos natay isa ka y. So, negative 15xy cube. Then here we have negative 3 times 3, that is negative 9, and puro sila y squared and y squared. So gi-add na to ang exponents, that is why we have negative 9y to the power of 4. Okay, number 2. Negative 4a to the power of n, b to the power of m, multiplied to the binomial 3 times a to the power of 2n, and b to the power of m plus 6 times a to the power of 3n, b to the power of 3m. So, again, ato siyang i-multiply sa kada term. So, kada sila gi-multiply, mo na ni. Kanipod sila gi-multiply, mo na ni siya. Then, we simplify. Negative 4 times 3, that is negative 12. A to the power of n og a to the power of 2n, pareha sila base, so we add the exponents. That is why we have a to the power of n plus 2n. Then, ang b pod to the power of m plus m. Then, sa atong second term, negative 4 times 6, that is negative 24. A to the power of n plus 3n, and b to the power of m plus 3m. So, to simplify further, we have negative 12 a to the power of 3n, since n plus 2n is 3n, b to the power of 2m, since m plus m is 2m, minus 24 a to the power of 4n, and b to the power of 4m. Okay, let's go to division. We have here cases. Let's go to case 1. If the divisor is monomial, divide each term of the dividend by the monomial divisor and apply the law of exponent. A to the power of m over a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m minus n, where a is not equal to 0. So again, pag inani siya nga case, i-minus na to siya, diba, ang exponents. Okay, examples. Divide 21x squared y minus 12xy squared plus 3xy to the power of 4 by 3xy. So, solution. Okay, we have here a denominator. Atong divisor is 3xy. So, ato siyang i-divide sa kada term sa ato ang dividend. So, tagsa na to siya 21x squared y over 3xy minus 12xy squared over 3xy plus 3xy to the power of 4 over 3xy. And then we simplify each. So, 21 divide 3 is 7. Ang x squared minus og isa diris nga x sa ubos, x na lang bilin. Ang y og y, so 1 na siya. So, 7x ra. Minus 12 divide 3 is 4. And then, ang x og x, wala na, 1 na siya. Then, y squared, diri y to the power of 1, so naibilin nga y. So, mo ni minus 4y. Then, we have 3 over 3 is 1. So, pasabot na siya literal coefficient, I mean numerical coefficient diha nga 1. So, x na to, 1 na siya. So, wala na x ibutang. Then, y to the power 4 minus 1 diri, so y cube. So, mo ni siya ang atong pag-simplify. Next, divide 4x cubed y squared minus 8x to the power of 4 y to the power of 5 plus 12x squared y by 2x squared y. So, we do the same process. Ato ang gi-divide ang ato ang mga dividend each sa ato ang divisor. So, gitagsa na to siya divide. So, to simplify, 4 over 2, that is 2. Ang mahabilin diri isa na lang ka x o y. Then, minus 8 divide 2 is 4. Ang mahabilin sa x, squared, since 4 minus 2 is 2. Then, 5 minus 1 diri sa y is 4. So, that is why we have minus 4x squared y to the power of 4. Then, we have 12 divide 2 is 6. Dayon, x squared man, wala na yung mahabilin. Then, diri pod wala na, 1 na sila. So that is why the final answer is 2xy minus 4x squared y to the power of 4 plus 6. Then we have case 2. If the divisor is not a monomial, follow the procedure below. Okay? Arrange the terms in the dividend and divisor in descending powers of one of the variables involved. Insert missing terms, if any, using 0 as numerical coefficient. 2. Divide the first term in the dividend by the first term in the divisor. This step gives the first term in the quotient. Third, multiply the divisor by the first term of the quotient. Fourth, subtract the product from the dividend. 5. Treat the difference obtained in step 4 as the new dividend, then repeat steps 2, 3, and 4. 6. Continue repeating the process until the degree with respect to the variable chosen in step 1 of the difference in step 5 is 1 less than that of the divisor. This last difference is called the remainder. Okay, let us have examples. Divide x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5x minus 2 by x plus 2. So, solution. And sa to atong step 1, arrange the terms in the dividend and divisor in descending powers of one of the variables involved. So, in this case, naka-arrange na siya, no? Descending, nata exponent 3, 2, 1. And then, ang isa ka term nga, number lang. So, naka-arrange na siya in this case. Kung wala, i-arrange na to siya. Then, insert missing terms, if any, using 0 as numerical coefficient. Since wala man tayo missing na term, sunod man siya 3, 2, 1, so wala tayo i-insert nga 0. For example, manggod kung missing ni siya, wala tayo 5x squared, tapos 3 ni siya ding diretso, 1 ang degree, i-insert na to 0 dire. Okay, next step is divide the first term in the dividend by the first term in the divisor. So, the step gives the first term in the quotient. So, i-divide na to ang dividend to divisor. So, x cubed divided by x plus 2. So, unsa man ang atong i-multiply ni x plus 2 nga maka-arrive ta og x cubed. So, ang ato ang ma-multiply ni x plus 2 kay x squared. So, x squared times x is x cubed. Then, x squared times 2 is 2x squared. So, i-minus na to siya. So, kani wala na ang mahabilin diri 3x squared. So, i-bring down na day na to ang isa ka term. So, we have here 2x squared plus 5x. Then, bring down po na to si negative 2. Then, we find another nga ma-divide sa ato sa 3x squared. So, unsa man ang ato ang ma-multiply ni x plus 2 nga maka-arrive tag 3x squared. So, that is 3x. Kay 3x times x is 3x squared. So, 3x times 2 is 6x. So, kani siya ma-0 na. Ang mahabilin diri is negative x. Bring down na to si negative 2. So, unsa man ang atong multiply ni x nga mahimong negative x. So, that is negative 1. So, negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. So, 0 ang remainder. So, this is now our quotient. Kani siya sila atong divisor. Divisor and dividend. Kani ang dividend, kani ang divisor. In descending power siya. Then, mao na sila ang product of x squared and x plus 2. Kani ang new dividend, the product of 3x and x plus 2. Then the product of negative 1 and x plus 2. And then the remainder is 0. So this is how we divide in case 2. If the divisor is not a monomial. Okay. Kuan naman ni siya. Multinomial naman ni siya. So, we can have this long division process. Another way is through synthetic division. When a polynomial p of x of degree n is greater than or equal to 1 is divided by a binomial of the form x minus a, the division can be simplified using a procedure called synthetic division. Okay, here are the steps for dividing p of x by x minus a synthetically. First, form row 1 by listing a and the coefficients of p of x in descending powers of x. Use 0 coefficients for missing powers of x. Second, bring down the first coefficient of p of x to row 3. Third, multiply the last row 3 and 3 by a. Write the product in row 2 of the next column. Fourth, add the entries of row 1 and row 2 to obtain the row 3 and 3 of the same column. 5. Repeat steps 3 and 4 until the last column sum is obtained. 6. The last column sum in row 3 is the remainder, while the preceding entries are the coefficients of the quotient, which has degree 1 less than the degree of the dividend p of x. Okay, to understand better, let us have this example. Find the quotient of x to the power of 7 minus 4x to the power of 5 plus 4x cubed minus x minus 30 divided by x plus 2 using synthetic division. Okay, so ang ato ang x minus a, ang ato ang a here, since minus man yun, diri plus, negative 2 siya. Since if we equate this by 0, x plus 2 is equal to 0, we can have x is equal to negative 2. So a here is negative 2. And then ang atong mga dividend, arrange na ni siya no, in order. Ato ang ilista ang iyang mga numerical coefficient. So first, dirita sugod, ang numerical coefficient ni x to the power of 7 is 1. Wala man tayo x to the power of 6, so ato siyang butangan 0. Then, ang atong x to the power of 5, negative 4 ang numerical coefficient. Wala tayo x to the power of 4, so pulihan na to 0. Ang cube na atay 4 nga numerical coefficient. Wala tayo square, so 0. So, we have negative 1 sa x, and then we have negative 30. So, ang atong buhaton, nalista naman nato ang mga numerical coefficient, i-multiply nato diri primero, bring down sa ang una. Then, sunod na ta mag-multiply, negative 2 times 1, mo ni negative 2. So, 0 minus 2, that is negative 2. Multiply na po ni negative 2, mo ni positive 4. So, negative 4 plus 4, that is 0. 0 na po times negative 2 is 0. So, 0 plus 0 is 0. Then, 0 times negative 2 na po is 0. So, 4 and 0, that is 4. Then, 4 times negative 2 na po is negative 8. So, 0 minus 8 is negative 8. Then, negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. So, negative 1 plus 16, that is positive 15. And 15 times negative 2 is negative 30. So, we have this negative 60. So, the quotient, ato ang minusan og isa ang atong exponent sa divisor. So, x to the power of 6 ta sugod. Mo ni ang naay numerical coefficient na 1. Then, sunod, minus 2 kani x to the power of 5. Wala tay x to the power of 4, wala tay x to the power of 3, naatay x to the power of 2. So, 4 plus 4x squared. Then we have minus 8x plus 15. And we have a remainder of negative 60. So this is how we solve using synthetic division. Let's go to special products. Special product 1. The product of conjugates is the difference of two squares. So we have this formula. A plus b times a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. Note, conjugates are binomials which are formed by the sum and the difference of the same terms. Okay, sum and difference sila of the same terms. O gitawag conjugates. Examples. Find the product of the following. Number 1, 2a plus 3b multiplied to 2a minus 3b. So, pag inani gani ang case, to ang special product 1, square na to ang first term minus square sa atong second term. So, that is why we have 2a squared minus 3b squared. So, 2 squared is 4, then we have a squared minus 3 squared is 9, then b squared. So, that is why we have 4a squared minus 9b squared. Number 2, 5x minus 4y multiplied to 5x plus 4y. Again, same sila og mga terms. So, ato siyang i-square ang first term og i-square po ang second term. So, that is why we have 25x squared. Kay 5 squared is 25. Then, minus ang atong 4 square is 16. Then, square po si y squared. So, the answer is 25x squared minus 16y squared. Then, we have special product 2. The square of a binomial is a perfect square trinomial. So, kung square na to ang binomial, perfect square trinomial ang resulta. So, we have this a plus b squared that is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Then, another we have, kung minus pod, a minus b squared, the answer would be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Examples, find the product of the following. Number 1, 2a plus 3b quantity square. So, una, square na to ang first term. So, 2a squared plus 2, permente gini si 2 times ang first term nga 2a ug ang second term times pod si 3b plus ang square sa ato ang second term. So, I simplify further. 2 squared is 4a squared. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. Tapos, ab, kana. Then, 3 squared is 9b squared. So, this is the answer. This is a perfect square trinomial. 4a squared plus 12ab plus 9b squared. Then, another, 5x minus 3y quantity square. So, again, we square the first term minus, kay minus man ta, minus 2 times the first term times the second term. So, morning times 5x times 3y. Then, plus na dayon diri rata mag-minus kung minus. Plus na diri. So, 3 squared is 9, y squared. So, the answer is, kani, 25 kay 5 squared man. X squared minus 30xy. Since negative 2 times 5 is 10 times 3 is negative 30. Maani. Minus 30xy plus 9y squared. Special product 3. Special case of the product of a binomial and a trinomial that results to the sum or difference of two cubes. Okay, we have this. A plus b multiplied to the trinomial a squared minus ab plus b squared is equal to a cubed plus b cubed. So, this is the sum or difference of two cubes. Another a minus b multiplied to a squared plus ab plus b squared is equal to a cubed minus b cubed. Okay, let us have some examples. Find the product of the following. We have here x plus 2y multiplied to the trinomial x squared minus 2xy plus 4y squared. So, multiply na to ang binomial o trinomial. So, unsaon man ti doubt nato ni. So, ang atong buhaton i-cube ang first term dire plus cube ang second term. So, x cube ana plus 2y cube atong siyang gi-cube. So, x cube mo ni plus 2 cube is 8y cube. Special case na siya sa product. Okay, next, 5x minus 3y multiplied to 25x squared plus 15xy plus 9y squared. So, i-cube na to ang first term sa atong binomial minus i-cube na to ang second term sa binomial. So, 5 cube is 125x cube minus 3 cube is negative 27y cube. So, this is the sum or difference of two cubes. Factoring polynomials. Factoring is the process of finding the factors of a given polynomial. It is the opposite of finding products. We say that a polynomial is completely factored if all of its factors are prime. A polynomial is said to be prime if its only factors are 1 and itself. Method 1. Removal of the greatest common factor or the GCF. The formula AB plus AC plus AD is equal to A times B plus C plus D. Examples. Factor the following completely. Given negative 32x squared y plus 24xy cubed minus 8xy. So, ang kada term diri na ay pareho nga x o y. So, pwede na to siya ma-factor. Ang ilahang GCF sa negative 32, 24 o negative 8 is negative 8. So, kabalo naman tamang ko ang GCF, no? So, ang mga GCF mo ay ato ang ipagawas. So, ang tripod na putay x kay 1 man ang pinakagamay nga variable. Ang 1 man ang degree, so x to the power of 1 lang po datong kuhaon. Yan diri po y, 1 po ang pinakagamay, so y. So, multiplied to, sa dayon na habilin. Diri, negative 32 divide negative 8, 4 na lang. Tapos, ang x, isa ang bilin, tapos wala na bilin, kay divide man na. So, 4x na lang ang bilin. So, 24 divide negative 8, that is negative 3. Ang mabilin diri, y squared na lang. Plus, kani, divide diha, 1. So, that is how we factor it. Another example, 15x squared y to the power of 5 plus 9x cubed y to the power of 7 minus 18x to the power of 4y squared. So, ang GCF nila, silang tulo, 15, 9, o negative 18, ang GCF is 3. Unsa man ang pinakagamay nga x degree? Squared. So, x squared. Ang pinakagamay nga degree sa y is y squared. So, mo na siya ato ang GCF. Multiplied to, sige, atong i-divide na din dito. 15 divide 3 is 5. Then, ang nahabilin sa x, wala na. Ang nahabilin ni y, tulo, kay 5 man ni. So, 5y cubed plus 9 divide 3 is 3. Ang nabili ni x cubed o square isa ka x. Then, y, 7 minus 2, so 5. So, plus 3xy to the power of 5. Then, last, negative 18 divide 3. That is negative 6. Ang nabili ni x, duha, so x squared. Ang nabili ni y, wala na. So, this is the factor na dayon. Method 2. Difference of two squares. Formula. A squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. So, bali ni siya sa atong special product, no? Since factoring man ta. So, given taog, inani, tapos i-factor na to siya. So, kung difference of two squares, inanion siya pag-factor. A minus b times a plus b. Examples. Factor the following completely. 64x squared minus 49y squared. So, mo siya given. So, si 64 can be 8 times 8, diba? And then, 49 can be 7 times 7. So, pwede na to siya ma-write as 8x quantity square minus 7y quantity square. So, since naningguwa na to ang mga terms, so pwede na nato siya masulat as this one. So 8x minus 7y times 8x plus 7y. Next, x to the power of 4 minus 16, y to the power of 4. So, to the power of 4 ta. Ang x to the power of 4 can be written as x squared squared. Then 16 is 4 times 4, so that is minus 4y squared squared. So, atoan nang ma-write siya as this. X squared minus 4y squared times x squared plus 4y squared. But we can simplify this further. Ma-factor pa gyud nato ni siya. So, kani ma-factor man ni siya kay this is difference of 2 squares man gihapon. So, ang mahitabo, pwede ni siya x squared minus 4 can be 2 times 2. So, 2y squared. So, kani, dili na ni siya ma-factor, no? Kani lang difference. So, kani siya can be x minus 2y times x plus 2y. Times, kani na dayong x squared plus 4y squared. Method 3, perfect square trinomial. Formula a squared plus or minus 2ab plus b squared is equal to a plus or minus b quantity square. Okay, let us factor the following completely using this perfect square trinomial formula. Given x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to, we have here x squared plus 2 times x times 4. Ngayon 2 times x times 4 man. So, we use this 2, given siya sa atong formula. Then, we have the first term. Our first term is x. And the second term is 4 since ang atoang 16 can be 4 times 4. Second term na siya sa atoang binomial. So, morning 2 times x times 4 plus ang atong 16 again is 4 squared. So, this can be factored out as x plus 4 times x plus 4. So, which is equal to x plus 4 squared. Another, 4a squared minus 20ab plus 25b squared. So, ang 4a squared can be 2a quantity square. Ano na siya pagka-factor. Then, we have minus 2, since minus man siya, so we have here 2. Ang atong a is 2a. Diba? 2a na siya. Ang ato apong 25b squared can be kana 5b to the power of 2. So, ang ato ang second term sa binomial, 5b. So, mooning minus 2 times 2a times 5b plus ang kani siya ato ang 5b quantity square. So, that can be written as 2a minus 5b times 2a minus 5b or is equal to 2a minus 5b quantity square. Method 4. Sum and difference of two cubes. Formula a cube plus or minus b cube is equal to a plus or minus b quantity multiplied to a squared minus or plus ab plus b squared. So, kung plus gani ang ato ang duha ka cube, plus diri, pero minus diri ang part. Kung minus po ang cube, minus diri, puros plus na din haa. So, let us have examples. Factor the following completely. Given 8x cubed plus 1. 8 can be 2 cube, right? So, we can factor this out as 2x quantity cube. And 1 can be 1 cube. Since 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. So, let us follow the formula. This can be 2x plus 1. Then, multiply to the square of this. So, 2 square is 4 and x squared. Minus ta, diba? Kung plus, minus diya dapit. So, minus the first term nga 2x and the second term nga 1. So, 2x ra gyapon. Plus, ang atong third term nga 1. So, that's how we factor using sum and difference of two cubes. Another, 8x cubed minus 27y cubed na pod. So this can be factored out as 2x cubed. Then 27 can be 3 cubed, diba? So minus man ta diha. So minus 3y cubed. Then let's do the formula. 2x minus 3y times square ani, mao ni 4x squared, plus, kay basta minus, plus man diha gyapon. So plus 2x times 3y, that is 6xy. Then, ang atong square sa ato ang term y, 3y cubed, that is 9y squared. So, hanaon pag factor. Method number 5. Quadratic trinomials which is or not of perfect squares. Formula. First, x squared plus a plus b times x plus ab is equal to x plus a times x plus b. Second, ac x squared plus ad plus bc multiplied to x plus bd is equal to ax plus b quantity multiplied to cx plus d. Then we have ac x squared plus ad plus bc quantity multiplied to xy plus bdy squared is equal to ax plus by multiplied to cx plus dy. Okay, let us have examples. Factor the following completely. Number 1, x squared minus 3x minus 10. This can be factored out by, okay, let us copy x squared. Plus, we use the formula 1. Plus, a plus b. Asa man ni atong a plus b gikuha? So, diri na siya gikan sa atong factor sa 10. Ang atong 10 can be 5 times 2, right? Pero negative man ta. Lantawon na to ang second term. Since it is negative, so ang atong i-negative katong dako nga number. So ang atong i-negative is 5. So that is why we have 2 plus negative 5. Mao ni si a plus b. Multiplied to x plus the factor of the third term. So mao ni nga negative 10 again is 2 times negative 5. So we can factor this out as x plus 2 times x minus 5. So, using the formula. Another example, y squared minus 5y plus 6. This can be factored out as y squared plus, again, ang 6 na to can be factored out as 3 times 2. But, negative man ang atong second term. So, we use the negatives nga factor. So, we use negative 2 and negative 3. So, mao ni nga naatay negative 2 plus negative 3 multiply sa ato ang y. So, plus na pod ang ato ang negative 2 times negative 3, which is 6. So, we can write that as y minus 2 times y minus 3. Then, last, we have a squared plus 8a plus 12. Again, copy a squared plus 12 can be, pwede siya 4 times 3. But, atong lantaw ng second term, 8 man siya, positive 8. So, 4 o 3, dili man na siya may mong 8. But we can have 2 times 6 because 2 plus 6 is 8. So, moon na atong gigamit nga factors ni 12 kay 2 and 6. So, a plus and 2 and 6 multiplied to a plus 2 times 6, that can be written as a plus 2 times a plus 6. Last, method 6, factoring by grouping. In some cases, it may be necessary to group some terms together before any of the above enumerated methods can use. It is usually the terms that have a common factor that are grouped together. Sa lahi ni siya ka-case, atong i-group siya to factor it. So, examples, factor the expression ax plus ay plus bx plus by completely. So, since ang atuang pareha nga a, natay pareha pud nga b. So, kato sila atong gigrupo para ma-factor out na to. So we can group this one ax plus ay plus, we have the second group bx plus by. So, kaya naman tayo common nga we can factor this a times x plus y. Pagawas na to ang a, diri po di pagawas si b, so b times x plus y. So, we can have, ang common na po sa duha kay x plus y. So, pwede na itong mapagawas si x plus y times a plus b. Alternative solution, pwede po siya ingon ani. Since naapod tayo puros x, naapod tayo puros y, pwede po na ito i-grupo si ax plus bx o si ay plus by. So here, ang atong mapagawas ang common nga x, then a plus b. Then, ang mapagawas na to diri common nga y times a plus b. So, ang common sa duha kay ang a plus b na. So, pwede na ito mapagawas ang a plus b times na po ang atong x plus y. So, same ra na siya ani. The above example shows that it is sometimes possible to group terms differently and still obtain the same factoring. However, in some cases, only one specific grouping will lead to a successful factoring. So, pwede na ito magamit any alternative solution in some cases, pero sa uban pod, isa ra gyud pod ang pamaagi. So, depende lang gyud sa atong given. So, that is all about polynomials.